think we're live.
I think you're live too. Mo,
All
hello.
right. Hello, Milijana, and special guest, my fabulous director of coaching, who runs all of our coaching team stuff and make sure that we are rocking and rolling as fantastic coaches. Milijana, how are you today?
I'm really, really well and excited to be on the live today.
Yeah, so great. Ladies, if you're here, let us know you're here live. We'd love to say hello to you. In case you're brand new, this is Coach Mo. I am the founder and the creator of a 12-week transformational journey we take professional women on so that they can bring their soul back to life and land their dream jobs. And boy, do we have a lot of fun and exciting celebrations in our kick-ass sisterhood right now. One of our gals landed a fantastic new job and just awesomely rocked her dream salary, her dream job. And it came on the aftermath of her stepping up in more power with her current boss. And as we coached her into that powerful, powerful difference, all sorts of things opened up for her. And this is really what we want to talk about today. And hello to Hazer and Shelly from Arkansas. Nice to see you, ladies. When is the right time to hire a professional? And when we talk about a professional, of course, there's all sorts of professionals that you can hire to solve problems. When I'm on a clarity call with one of our wonderful women who schedules a complimentary career clarity call, and if I just happen to get that woman on my schedule, I basically equate it to having a roof collapse. When your career is not where you want it to be, it's just like, oh, God bless you. It's just like having your roof collapse because a roof is meant to provide shelter, keep the bad negative elements out of your house so you can live comfortably. And when you live comfortably, you're able to have the life that you want. Similar with your career, when your career is performing, you're able to be protected from the elements because you have financial security and a sense of confidence about who you are, and you're able to live the life you want to have. So when you hire a career coach to solve your career problem, there are some very specific things that are going on that cause you to hire a coach. And we could certainly go on and on about when our clients, and we will talk about some of them when they have hired us. And that's all fun and games. But I thought today, Miliana, you and I could share our stories because I hired a career coach 21 years ago. And I've had probably a dozen coaches or so since then, maybe a little bit more, because over the last couple of years, I've had several coaches at the same time. Now, if someone is unaware what a coach does and what the utilization of a professional expert on helping live life to the fullest, if you're not aware, you would be like, why do you need so many coaches, Mo? What's wrong with you? And I got to tell you, my parents both thought that when I went into coaching. I left my executive career. Hello, Chessie. How are you? I left my professional career 7 years ago in order to do this work because I wanted to help impact women who were not succeeding professionally. And I knew exactly what was going wrong in their careers because I fixed it for myself. And I saw my colleagues and team members tripping over the same things over and over that are totally fixable. But like my parents, who said, "You're going to go be a coach," are there that many people who are that broken that need you? And I said, it's not about being broken. It's about wanting to solve a massive problem that is not solvable on your own. So when I hired my first coach, Miliana, and I know you have a very similar story, but in a different context, I was in a job as a vice president. I was not getting what I need, where I needed to get internally in the organization. I kept going to meeting after meeting and being shut down, uh, marginalized, criticized, not getting anywhere. And I felt like I was just running as fast as I could, doing as much as I could, and not getting the outcome, much less at a certain point, I felt that that tenuousness of how I wasn't achieving the results was causing me to feel really threatened every day that I was going to be fired or that I wanted to quit. I wasn't sure in some days which one was more strong inside of me, the wanting to quit or the wanting to get fired. And living like that every single day was causing me to not be who I wanted to be in my life. I wasn't happy at home. I wasn't living the life I wanted. I was just scrambling in every area of my life. And one of my colleagues knew of a coach, and coaching was so new back then. As a matter of fact, this woman was a full-time opera singer, and she did coaching part-time. And I went over to her apartment here in Fort Lauderdale. Didn't know who she was. It was a little bit nerve-wracking. And she right away helped point me in a certain direction that uncovered my blind spots. You see, we as human beings can't see the things that we can't see. Every human being on this planet has blind spots, and usually they're in the things that you're struggling with and you aren't solving. That's
Mm.
the whole
You
point.
can't. I mean, you can't see if you think about this, the spectrum or the how much you actually can see with the
Yes,
camera. This way.
yes,
There's a huge angle that we just can't see. Like we have the peripheral vision. So
yes.
that's where a coach or coaches come in hand. Is where you get the 360 view.
Absolutely. And we tend to think that the 360 view that we're supposed to be seeing is from colleagues and peers. They have blind spots too. So really, I'm not a big fan of 360 evals, folks. I've walked a lot of people through them. Matter of fact, I was once hired to help an entire team navigate that because she didn't want it to be a morale buster. The 360, if you are personally in a trusted relationship with someone who's an expert, look, your peers and colleagues aren't expert in helping you solve your problems. They're not. They're experts at project management, IT, whatever the industry that you're in, perhaps, perhaps not, but they're certainly not experts at helping lift your career. So I hired my first coach 21 years ago in the year 2000 in order to help me navigate a very stressful scenario. And I learned a lot of different distinctions, and I was able to navigate in that organization for 3 more years and be very successful, and I was paid very well in that role. Um, I was in that role until I was 43. And so, sometimes that time period between our late 30s and early 40s can be really crucial because we're growing as a professional human being. And as a woman, making strong distinctions in your late 30s and early 40s as to who you are and what you're capable of can almost seal the next 10 years. So if you decide at the age of 42, 43 that you're not capable, you're not worthy, and it'll never happen, you may close the case and then not get your career where you want to go. The woman I was talking about at the beginning of this call who got a huge, got a $70,000 increase.
More, more.
Plus, right, exactly, just on the base salary. And and she learned to show up and talk about herself in a very powerful way, which was she was missing that. For 10 years, she more or less parked herself in this, "It'll never happen to me. I don't deserve it." She's a minority woman, and she had put herself into a container, and what happens is when we put ourselves into a container, folks, that container shrinks. That container doesn't grow unless you break through the walls. And that's
Mm.
what powerful coaching can do for you. That coach I hired in the year 2000 helped me see things I never saw for myself and helped me grow in ways that I didn't even know I could grow. I didn't even know it was available to me. Miliana, how many women in our workshop say to us, "I didn't
Um,
even know this was possible to live this way"?
well, one of our current ladies, like, she's doing incredible in her career. Presented in front of the VPs, totally rocked it. And when we connected, I didn't know career coaches existed. Like this is miraculous. And due to that presentation, there she gained confidence and more certainty in a calm. That presentation was so impressive that she not only expanded her role, she expanded her team into an international, internationally.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I just have to say it all starts, ladies, with a complimentary career clarity call. And many of the women who are here with us today started their journey with us, and they're here today because they want to keep learning and growing. Complimentary career clarity call starts it all because we want to make sure that what's going on with you is exactly what we fix. We want to make sure that you have a career that you want to up level, because
Mm,
coaching is no good if you don't want to grow, and every soul wants to grow, but are you ready for it? It's mofall.com/live clarity. You know what, Miliana, I'm just going to pet peeve here for a second. One of our gals on a clarity call last week said that I send out too many emails. I'm too promotional. I want to
mhm,
set the record straight on that. Okay. Because there might be some women who are feeling that way. Mo, this is all great, but I can't afford it, or, stop reminding me how horrible things are. If I decided to not have a strong, powerful voice, if I decided to be shy about my emails, if I decided not to be bold and powerful about the work we do, there would be families who would be suffering greater. There would be women whose marriages would be in the toilet who are now thriving. There would be women who have talents and experience that companies are now thriving because of them. All of that wouldn't happen. Ladies, I want to tell you something. The universe has programmed you against your soul because other adult people in this planet have said to you, don't speak up, don't be bold, don't be too smart, don't be a show off, don't be greedy, all of these things. So, what you need to and must do is break through that from a soul level, because the programming that you got is holding you back. And it's no one's fault, but it is your opportunity and your responsibility to
mm,
take charge, to hire the right professional, and to bring yourself forward. I right now, Miliana, have a mastermind group I invest in. I pay a lot of money myself to be in that mastermind group. I have a coach there, a personal one-on-one coach there. Over the last 12 months, I've hired 3 additional coaches. And you and I basically coach each other all the time because we're coaches and we get through stumbling blocks and challenges, and we have performance indicators we want to meet for our clients and for what we're doing as a business. Um, Tell me and tell the ladies who are here, when did you hire your first coach? What was going on with you?
mm. 2008 first, like mindset coach,
Uh-huh.
and before that would be like sports coaches, also for me to get the results that I wanted, and that is to expand and to move past my current performances. I knew I had to hire someone that has walked the path before. So 2008,
Right.
I was in a very dark place. From the outside, everything was fine. I lived in Australia. I was a radio host, radio trainer, a fitness trainer, but deep down, just very unhappy. A lot of things were unresolved. I was carrying a lot of war trauma,
Yes.
PTSD, so still able to perform, but just this underlying unhappiness, and something that I couldn't put my own finger to it, because it could be a blind spot, or b, I was not ready to look at it myself. And so here's also where coach comes in. A coach creates a space where we can be braver because we are seen for who we are. And
Yes.
also the right coach can hold a space, even if we share some really, like, man, I had this trauma with that job, or I had the trauma even in my private life, and it is actually holding me back to speak up. I feel like something is choking me, or I feel a pressure here, or I wake up with anxiety attacks. So for me, is a coach was a huge, huge contribution for me. Open up my eyes, but not
Right.
only to see my blind spots, but also to see where my mindset was off,
Yes.
where I was in a victim mentality, where
Yes.
life was happening to me. It
Yes.
was like we hear from a lot of our ladies, is like, I didn't even know what I didn't know, meaning that, oh, I feel like a victim, and there is a way out. Like, I didn't even know that there was a solution.
Right.
Hello, Debbie Grant. So nice to see you. So
Michelle
just
here. Yes.
a coach, and we hear it all the time. It's like, I hadn't thought about that. I didn't know that was an option.
Right.
It's like we are going into places, so my coach helped me go to places where I found ways to calm down my central nervous system.
Yes.
I found ways to overcome and neutralize the trauma. And from then on, it was just something was just kindled inside of me like a fire. It's like, wow, this stuff works. I need to learn more. I need to, hello, Dorothy. I needed to find a way, like, how can I pay it forward? Actually, it was really all about, like, I needed to, save myself, like SOS, save my soul, because it was.
What were you really feeling though? What was going on that you were provoked?
Mm,
Your mind said there's nothing better for me. So
mm.
intellectually, you had these blind spots, psychological defense mechanisms.
It
What was
was,
going on inside of you that you were like, no, I am not going to feel that way anymore?
well, there was despair,
Mhm.
sadness, not knowing a way out. And also, I just tolerated things. I overworked.
Ah,
I overworked.
tolerated things.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I had low self-esteem, so I would stay back, take work home, hoping that they'll see how much I'm working. And
Yeah.
only when I again hired a coach and started to build myself up from the inside out, and I didn't take work home anymore. I performed my job, but I didn't stay till 9 p.m. That's when they started respecting me. When I
There
started
you
respecting
go.
myself. Yeah,
There you go.
and
Yes.
that was a big, big game changer.
Yes. And when we recognize that the negative feelings that we have as we're processing our experience are not tolerable anymore, we have to come to that conclusion. We have to say, there's got to be a better way. I'm over this. I can't deal with this anymore. We have to come to some type of recognition. Now, here's the truth, ladies. Miliana and I met each other on a clarity call 5 years ago.
2016, almost exactly,
What?
almost exactly
5
around the time.
years ago, okay? And it took something really oh, God bless you again. It took you something really, really, really important that broke
Yes, my spine.
to make that phone call, right.
Yeah, my
Here's
spine and identity crisis.
yes. Now,
Mm,
I hired my first coach in 2000, but it was 2008 for me that I really got into a deeper, deeper level of understanding, and that was breast cancer for me. I'm here to tell everyone, and I say this often, it doesn't take a broken spine or cancer to wake you up, but it might.
mm,
It might take that to wake you up if you don't listen to the discomfort you have in your current life. That is when to hire a professional. When you have discomfort in your life, you know it is against your highest good. You know that your soul is pained to want to break out. That's when you hire a professional. When you are in pain and something is broken and you can't fix it. Now, Mo, well, why can't I fix my own career? There's about 1,000 to the nth powered reasons why you can't fix your career. Part of it is we have blind spots, and part of it is you're not an expert in that. You know, one of our gals right now, Miliana, actually, we've got a couple in my top tier program who are interviewing for their next level jobs. They are experts in their profession, but they realize to get where they want to go as experts in their profession to play at the next level,
mm.
that they need continued coaching and support. It's not weakness to have coaching and support to help you get where you want to go. There's no one who has ever climbed the Himalayas and said, "Oh, it's a sign of weakness if I have a Sherpa helping me." Matter of fact, there may have been one or two, and I'm sure they're pretty much dead. Okay.
Yes, people that are there probably think that person is crazy to want to do it themselves, and they're dead.
Right. Exactly. I had the opportunity to go on a ski weekend with a multi-Olympic medal skier. And it was a fantastic weekend. She was awesome. And guess what? She had coaches all over the place.
Mhm.
That woman skied so fast, it defied rational anything. Now, she had talent, but if she didn't hire the right experts to help her, she wouldn't have those Olympic medals. She wouldn't have that. The most talented, successful athletes have multiple coaches. Why? Because they want to be even better than what their raw talent can be.
And what if that's the secret to being the best in the world? Is it takes a team, it takes a village.
It does, to quote a phrase. And you know what? There might be women on this call, or if whether you're listening to the podcast or watching this live, ladies, you don't have to want to be the best in the world, but don't you want to feel great every day? Don't you want to make more money? Don't you want to have more ease in your financial and future lives? Don't you want that? Debbie Grant, really great to always see you showing up for these Facebook Lives. Debbie's been a client for 4 years now, Debbie,
Mm.
um, and has continued to rock who she is in the world and with her profession, her career, and her business. She has rocked it at such a level that I know, Debbie Grant, that you didn't even think that half of what you've got going on now was even possible when we first met as well. And here's the thing, you hire a professional when things aren't working for you. You go to the doctor when you're sick. And if you go to the doctor when you're sick and you have a sprained ankle and the doctor says stay off your ankle for 3 weeks, otherwise it's going to get worse, it's up to you to stay off it for 3 weeks. And if you don't, it's going to get worse. And if you're that knuckleheaded that you're not even going to take the great advice, that's on you. But if you've got a problem, you need to hire someone. You need to hire an expert. If you got a problem in your career, here's how it's going to feel. You're just going to be resentful going to work. You're going to be resentful going to your Zoom calls now for so many of us who have the work from home. I've been doing that since I started this business 7 years ago. But here's the thing. Feeling crappy on Sunday night and Monday morning and having such anxiety and stress that your life is painful is a broken thing. Now,
Yeah.
you might know everyone in your life feels that way. It's called being broken. That is broken. Awesome, Michelle.
Michelle.
I know, right? And
Yeah.
Michelle,
Oh,
I know that you're talking to women who are probably directors and VPs, etc. That's right. So the women who are interviewing you are like, "Oh, cool, you got coaching? That's awesome." That shows that you care about your success.
yeah. Yeah.
What better way to show up for an interview than to be showing on your resume that you have invested in yourself and telegraphing to them, "I know I'm worth it."
I know. And another sign of having problems in your career is being bored,
Yes.
and like quite deep philosophical questions like why am I doing this? I'm so bored. I don't feel challenged. I don't feel like I'm leaving
Right.
a trace in this world. Like, am
Yeah.
I doing am I doing something meaningful? And like almost like a sense of feeling lost and overwhelmed. Like I don't know who I am or what I want.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
also a big problem.
Exactly.
That's
And
when you need to hire someone
right
professional.
on. If you're on this call, if you're live or watching this recording or listening to this as a podcast, mofall.com/live clarity is how to change the trajectory. And please make no mistake about it. If we can help you, if it's the right fit, and we know for sure that we can take you where you can't go on your own, we will be offering you to come into the workshop if it's the right fit. So, yes, on that call, there's going to be a deep discussion. And stepping up to the plate so that you can change your life forever is part of that conversation if that's the right fit. And we will get into that on the call. Don't be shy about that. Don't be shy about showing up for yourself and totally being in witness of an expert helping you see things and to uncloud your blind spots. Milijana, this has been an awesome conversation. Two women who totally walk the talk because you and I have both spent money on ourselves, invested in our personal growth. We both continue to do that.
Correct.
Even if we're like super cool and experts and everything, we're still investing in being better human beings on the planet and being better at what we do in the world.
You know
So,
what another great sign
yes,
is I started hiring people at things that I could do myself. I could set up my own website. I could do this, but it's just like when we hire someone, it could be also from this level up. Like for me to reach that, I'm going to hire you because I want to get there. Let's get it done quickly.
That's right. Amen to that. And 5 years after you and I met on a clarity call, you've had your growth, you've had jobs, you've worked for other coaches, and then I called you a couple of years ago and said, "Hey, I know you've been a successful coach for others. Why don't you join the team? You know the program and what we're all about." And we've been working together for 2 plus years now, I think it is, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's been
Mhm.
an awesome, awesome up-leveling, and that's the way success looks. Debbie Grant, thank you for all of your comments today. These wonderful coaches help me to teach others to treat me. Bam! That's called worthiness right there, and that's what a good coach will do. Will help you achieve through claiming your worthiness. That's what we do, and we're super good at it, and we love it, and we change lives every single day. And shout out to all the ladies in the current 12-week workshop who are up-leveling and going through the journey. Going through the journey. Super, super great, Miliana. We will see you next time. Folks, this is Coach Mo Fall here with Milijana De Mori, my director of coaching, Power Pack Dynamic Duo, saving lives through helping you up-level your career. Bring your soul to work, won't you? And land your dream job and have your dream life. Miliana, we'll see you on campus.